Guys, let's talk about the Cavaliers last night, and Cavs win the game, but that wasn't the story of the game.
No, that wasn't the story.
It was Dillon Brooks with the punk move, in my opinion, Brad.
Tell him what the punk move was.
Well, he punched him in the balls.
We got video.
Oh, we got video. Here we go.
Okay. Take it, Mike.
So here we go.
Play-by-play.
It's a little hard to see, but Dillon Brooks is on the ground.
There's
now,
a replay coming in a sec that gives you a better angle.
When you see it from the other angle, you could tell that Dillon Brooks sees that Donovan Mitchell, who he has a beef with, is behind him, and then he reaches his arm up and punches back. It was clear as day. Now, did he purposely mean to hit him in the balls? I don't know. He purposely meant to punch him, 100%, guys. I thought that, and he didn't care if he hit him in the junk. I thought
here's the angle where you could really see it.
Yeah. Watch this.
Come
and
on, bro.
Right before that, he saw it. He peeked back. You could see it when he landed. Watch this. You see, look at him. Watch he looks.
Yep.
He sees him, and then he punches him in the balls. Brad, you've been around all kinds of nonsense on the court before.
Come on.
I mean, is this the lowest move, hitting somebody like that?
Well, it's cheap to be frank, right?
Yeah.
And then these some new wave dudes, right? Because you'd have got your ass beat.
Oh, my
fooling
God.
around with us, right? It would have been no question.
Yeah.
No question, right? And then so and I'm not promoting violence here, but I like here. There was some reciprocation from Donovan Mitchell last night that was required, right? The question in town is, do the Cavs have a pulse, right?
Right.
There's nobody look, I can't remember the last time somebody squared up with somebody except J.R. Smith around here.
Ever.
Right. Maybe Tristan one
now,
time.
there's less players like that in general in
No,
the
but
NBA.
here's the deal.
But there's got to be somebody.
There's a line of demarcation.
Yeah. Right.
You cross it, there's consequences.
Hey,
and that's what happened last night. And so I think what everybody in the place was appreciative of was after they saw the video and the replay.
Yeah.
Oh, he was well within his right to throw that ball at him.
No doubt. But here's my beef with it: is when somebody did something nasty to Michael Jordan, it wasn't Michael Jordan having a fight. Right? It was one of the bad boys. Well, bad boys the Pistons, but you know what I mean.
He had
it was one of the Charles Oakley, whoever it was. Somebody was stepping up there to kick some ass.
Bill Cartwright. They had dudes like that back in the day, and he right. Like you go watch when Michael Cooper and McHale is throwing hands.
When they clothesline them and Parrish and Parrish and Lambeer got into it. Yes.
They throw hands like here, and here's what I like. I like about it. First of all, I like what he did, but I also like what he said. Yeah. I think your boy Donovan Mitchell, after the Cavs losing some of those games, man, I think he put it out, and he was signaling to other teams. Players in the NBA know when it's a nationally televised game. They know what it is. And Donovan Mitchell will say, hey, look, this is what we're going to get down with. We're not going to take that.
Be clear. You see in the quote here, right? And so the line has to be done. First of all, in my day, you knew who the bad dudes were, right?
Right.
And you knew if you crossed the line, the bad dudes was going to lay it on you, right? So you knew Mahorn and Lambeer and Isaiah and them, they were going to do you, right? And that's just how it was. Now, this is my issue here. The Memphis Grizzlies, and I think somebody, one on TNT guys were saying, they do a lot of talking.
Yeah, they do.
But it ain't real talking, right? Because you see when they got into the thing with Shannon Sharp, they talking as they walk into the locker room.
Yeah.
Now, Shannon Sharp stood on the sideline. Shannon Sharp did not move at all. He said, come on over here and say it to me over here. And then what Shannon Sharp did tell him was this. And this is Brooks, same dude, right? He said this, you don't want these problems. And he mean it. You don't want these problems, right? And I ain't see Brooks come over there to the problems.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
He kept walking.
Hey, see, football players got
and
hands.
I like, what is Morant? I said, what are you doing over here?
Like, yeah, you not.
You gonna catch a beat down.
And his dad brokered the deal.
Right.
He signed the peace treaty. But the thing
what he signed?
He signed that peace treaty.
What about did you see that coach
he signed
on the Memphis Grizzlies?
Who tackled
this guy.
Tackled
Mitchell.
Brooks.
He saved Mitchell.
Yeah.
Save Brooks.
He jumped. By the way, that was impressive because Brooks is a bigger guy than Mitchell.
Man, let me say him.
He kind of threw him down.
He wasn't strong as Mitchell because Mitchell threw him down.
He did.
And then He saved him because I'm gonna just tell you, Brooks was about to get these prayer hands.
Yeah,
yes, he was.
His hands.
No, but
He
I'm
about to
saying,
get these prayer hands.
I was impressed with Mitchell because Brooks is a little bigger, and yet Mitchell took him and threw his ass on the ground.
Hey, Boo, you can't be impressed with nothing that Brooks does. The man has.
No, I mean I was impressed with Mitchell.
I mean Brooks got that long hair like he Pocahontas. He looking, he like come on. He got the
What's
two.
he like?
He Pocahontas. He got the two ponytails with the baby hairs laying down.
He got the baby hairs.
He got the baby hairs slicked down. I'm like, bro, you way too pretty up top to be talking about you a thug. You not And he does that. He does that all the time. And you know how you know he knew he did it on purpose.
Mikey, find that clip where Shannon Sharp was like, "You don't want these problems,
Man,
Although the one guy Shannon Sharp didn't mention was Adams.
Adams didn't want the
No,
problems.
Steven Adams does not want.
He don't
Steven
want the
Adams
problems
don't want you in
either.
the league you don't want problems
I don't
with.
know.
No, let me tell you something. Have you seen Shannon Sharp?
I know, but Shannon Sharp's old.
Look, let me tell you something. The one thing you see about this is how old school dudes know who for real and who's not, right? When all that commotion was coming, right? Shannon Sharp didn't take one step back.
He didn't,
No,
but
he
I didn't
didn't.
like what he did.
No,
though.
I'm
he
not
shouldn't
here.
be involved with the players.
I'm giving you semantics
I
of,
know, I hear
of the
you.
scenario.
I hear you.
I said when them problems came up, you got some dudes having problems. They start walking back.
Right.
Hold me back, dude. Hold me
Right,
back.
right, yeah,
See,
yeah.
he's like, nah.
Shannon Sharp used to block defensive ends. Like,
Yeah. Do
he
you
got
guys
hands.
think the
Like,
Cavs need a tough guy on this team? Like, are
Every
they missing
team,
that?
every team need a tough guy.
They need two.
So if there was a question about who was the unequivocal leader of the Cavaliers, you saw it last night.
Yeah.
Because he was the only one getting up ready to throw hands.
And he was ready. He did it in a way. If you look at it, I think he was 1 for 7 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
1 for 7, 2 points, really didn't do it. Garland had it moving, right? And so he understood the room. I love the fact that he understands what the climate of the opportunity is, because there was JB a couple of days ago was a little defensive. I didn't like a couple of games they was losing.
Yeah.
He's saying they're younger. We got to figure it out. And Donovan Mitchell was saying, and I like what he said in his comments. He said, look, if we having these problems today, fine. We still having these same problems come, April or May, we're going to have a problem. And the thing that Donovan Mitchell has over everybody that's right now playing for the Cavs is all the nice stories of happy to be here. Donovan Mitchell played on teams that was number 1 and 2 seed in the West. He played on teams that won a first-round playoff game. He been an all-star. That is not where he want to be at. He's like, we can't be happy to be.
We can't be happy with
fifth
this.
in the East. We looking for something bigger. And I think he went ahead and sold this one out and said, all right, well, I'm gonna prove a point. It's on national TV that you're not about to do this while I'm here, especially if I'm playing in Cleveland.
And Darius Garland played a great game, and they pulled away there late. I know Memphis was without Jaren Jackson.
Yeah.
Did you see the stats on him, by the way? Like they're
so much better with him on the court than when he's
well,
off.
but also at home, his numbers at home versus. But
but he's better when Steven Adams is on the floor.
Yeah, that's true.
That has been proven.
They've
right?
been a bad rebounding team without Steven Adams.
When you see, they've lost 7 out of 8.
Yeah.
And so when Steven Adams is not there,
Yeah.
it's a different setup, right? Steven Adams takes up a lot of smoke.
Yeah.
He does, right? And you start to see that on every team. And back to your question about, you have to have a tough guy on the team. Because
how many guys like that are there anymore?
Well, we don't know now because they won't allow you to know.
I know.
That's the
I
problem.
love the on-court scuffles. I always thought that was a fun part of basketball.
And it's not. And I tell people it's not malicious. Bull is not malicious.
No.
It's not. It's a part of the game. It has to be.
I think it's a missing part of the game.
When you cross, that's why I like the hockey boys. When you cross the line, cross the line in there,
that's about to say
you're
that.
gonna get these hands.
That's right.
Yes, you are.
They're not worried about the NHL taking care of the problem. They take care of themselves. And I think that's a missing part of the NBA. And I think the league is so scared because of what happened with the Malice at the Palace that they're so afraid something like that's going to happen again that they've pushed all the fight, not necessarily fighting, but just some of the
we're not here promoting fighting. That's not what we're doing.
No, not fighting, but like toughness.
Because there's a thing here. You see when Ohio State and Michigan get together in a football game at midfield, when you gonna get these hands up in here, right? You have to establish your territory and be like, this is not going to occur here, because what happens in sports when people perceive that you soft and won't respond, they keep coming.
Do you think the Cavs have that reputation of being a soft team right now?
Of course. Yes, because they're not soft. They're just nice guys, but you got to have some dudes that just like, they don't care.
But Brad, you know this. That has always been the mantra of the Cavs, when they had Lenny Wilkins, he might as well have been a preacher. Back when y'all was playing him in the 80s, the Bulls came in. Now look, it's a different level of saying the Bulls got to play the Cavs. When you say Bulls play Cavs, let's execute. When you say Bulls versus Pistons, get ready to strap it on.
Look, we coming like tool up.
Tool up.
Right.
Tool up. It's coming.
It's different.
It's coming.
And,
Tool up.
And you can't take. And I like what you said about the hockey thing. You can't. Nobody wants to go out here. This ain't UFC, right? But at the end of the day, you can't take aggressiveness out of sports. It's just what it is. You got grown men that have dedicated their life. It's a physical game. There's gonna be altercation.
The NBA has found a way to legislate toughness out of the game
Yeah.
because they think it doesn't sell, and it's a part of the game.
Right.
There's a line. Can you go too far sometimes? You absolutely can. But it's a part of the game. You have to have it, right?
But don't you think part of it, Brad, is like the way they play? Like when you played, every team, not every team, but almost every team had a real center, and those centers would battle. It would be physical. The power forwards, it'd be physical in the paint, back to the basket. And that game.
It's a finesse league.
Right. It's all finesse
league
now
now.
Well,
in the NBA.
here and what is irritating to purists of the game is they miss that element. Right, because it's a natural part of the game, right?
Yeah.
First of all, let me tell you something. You got people scoring 50, 60, 50. This is ridiculous. I was like 50,
50 doesn't
60.
even mean
It
nothing.
mean
It don't
nothing.
even mean
50
right.
used to be like you hit 50, you were like, oh my God.
You go for 40.
You going off.
You 40
now
was
it's like 50 is like the new 15.
It's just I don't. You do bring that up. Nowadays, you see there's a more wide variety of guys that are able to play, like that play different positions. Like, but I mean, you go back in the day, everybody was a power forward. Like Xavier McDaniels, Charles Smith. You had Oakley. You had Anthony Mason. You had. I'm like, how many power forwards did the Knicks got? They got all power forwards and John Starks. That's it. Ron, you got Mark Jackson and Harper, and them dudes. They was even bullies. And I see Harper backing guys down. You backing dudes down in half court.
I'm looking at like when you look at like it's amazing. And Ja Morant is a talented player, right? He got enough physical talent that is amazing to watch, right? But this rearing up, dunking on people, no, one time, just one time. One time.
Hey, OG, y'all didn't play that?
Ask Rick Mahorn. I got to get my boy Ricky on here. I said, ask Ricky what would happen.
He took that as a offense, like it was a video, like somebody called you out your name.
Called your name. Like cursed out your mom.
Right. He was like, well, you got the nerve to raise up on the dunk on me? Like what? Like, that was wow.
And that felt like, I don't know, as a fan, when you played, Brad, like, it felt to me like whenever there was a new team coming up, whether it was the Sixers or the Celtics or the Bulls or the Lakers or the Pistons, you had to prove that you could physically play with that other team.
That you could stay here.
That's how the Pistons pushed the Bulls,
that's how it was, right?
I mean, that's how it was. And then the Knicks eventually.
We were taking lumps at first.
Yeah.
Like, you go down the lane, like, man, do I really want to go down there with them? Because it's going to be a mess, right? And then
it was not just about basketball. It was about, are you man enough to play with those guys?
Are you mentally tough enough?
Yes.
I'll tell you another thing, the baseball boys. When you cross the line of baseball boys, they will, you going to answer the bell here.
Yeah.
It could be
they put one between your shoulder blades.
Like, let's say when the pitcher throw one at the baseball guy at the batter head, right? And you see when he flipped the bat and you're like, oh, I'm coming to get you.
Yeah.
Because you know when you've crossed the line here.
Right.
But the league has to figure out what it is trying to accomplish here.
Yeah.
But trying to legislate people out of it is not the answer.
Hey, Brad, real quick, I got a question and we'll move on to our viewer's choice. What's the difference, and can you explain to us fake toughness in basketball versus real toughness in basketball? Because we see a lot of these.
Oh, yeah.
Even last night, I mean.
A lot of fake tough guys.
A lot of fake tough guys, and last night, like, no punches were thrown. I know Mitchell did throw Brooks, but compared to your day, there's no haymaker.
Okay, so.
Kind of bring us inside the mind of what actually is real toughness on a basketball court.
So fake toughness is what you see in today's game. Because they know the rules don't allow for you to get physical with anybody and have some repercussions, right?
Right.
Right? And they know that if there's something that happens, there's going to be some major suspension or something going on, some major money loss, right? So the rules are predicated that there's no. So you see a lot of this. Tip, 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 keep talking, right? You hold me back. Hold me back.
I'm about to fight.
All right,
hold me back, dog.
Yeah.
Now, real toughness, Mikey, is this. Pull up those 80 clips when the Celtics clothesline Kurt Rambis on the layup.
Took him out of the air by the shoulders.
When Mahorn nailed Mark Price in the head before the playoffs that helped us come by and get them, right? Yeah, that's how we got them, right, in game one. The Bulls came back and got the Cavs in game one because of Price sat out the first game, right? Those are, and then you knew there were certain people that you did not mess with. Charles Oakley was one of them, you know. Barkley would do another, right?
Yeah.
Current time, Shaq was another, right? Xavier McDaniel was another. Buck Williams was another. Every team.
Kevin Willis.
Yeah, I said every team has somebody that you would have to answer the bell to if something got out of line. Right?
Otis Thorpe, sharp elbows.
And so it was just like, and now they've taken that player out of the game, right? The player is really not here anymore, right? And they're not saying that they're not tough. They've just taken that element of the game away and trying to package it, right? Well, but the real fan understood this, Mikey. Playoff time, they knew there was a thing called hard fouls. It wasn't malicious trying to hurt people, but you know, there's no layups here.
Right.
Hard foul. Go to the line and make some free throws, right? They've taken that away now. If you even attempt a hard foul now, you getting kicked out.
Yeah, and they're going to review it, flagrant one, flagrant two,
is
whatever.
that in the rules that if you throw the basketball, you get kicked out of the game?
Yeah,
It's a stupid rule.
So
he was provoked.
And I tell you a place where it really does a disservice to. Now, when you went into Madison Square Garden, it was tough.
Oh, yeah.
You had to play tough in there, right? Yeah. So they've taken all that away. Yeah. So the backbone of New York is a city of toughness. So you just legislated that out of New York. And New York is where the game was really sprung from, right? So now you can't even be tough in New York.
The East Coast, the hardcore, you know, the Daryl Dawkins and
Maurice Lucases
and the Philadelphia East Coast. I love the fact that back in the day you had East Coast basketball. And even the Celtics was going to play that Robert Parrish. They're going to
go back, not even in the NBA. Go back and watch 1980s Big East basketball.
Oh, stop.
See what those games were.
Oh, yeah, no.
I mean, those were wars.
So you think about it now. Who are really the tough guys?
There's only a sprinkling of them.
In the NBA.
Not many. What's those two brothers' names?
The Morris twins.
Morris.
Yeah.
Those guys are tough.
Morris guys.
But they're few and far between.
They're few and far.
Guys now.
And they might be in the game, not even getting the game, right? So
they're almost out.
Because they want a 3-and-D, and you got to be able to hit a jump.
Guys, rapid fire last thing before we get to fan questions right now. Does this game get the Cavs on a roll, yes or no?
I think it sets the tone for the leadership in the room.
Yeah.
They're still missing a guy.
Yeah.
They're still missing a guy.
And again, it was at home.
Right.
They're a different team at home.
Right. I like what it did. I think Evan Mobley's been playing more aggressively.
Yes,
I do too.
Yes,
He's playing
and I
really
like
well.
that. I like what